don't think that was necessary, frankly.
Well, I don't think you should be calling me Frank.
Okay.
You know,
Confirmed.
you do it a lot. You just you call me Frank, and I'm starting to suspect you don't know what my name is.
The word frankly does not mean I'm calling you Frank.
Who's Frank Lee?
Gently psychic.
Yeah. Happy Friday.
Happy Sunday.
Oh, right. It's Sunday. I'm glad we're both on board now.
Okay, so this morning, right, I woke up at like 5 or 6, really confused. And I like got up and turned on the shower and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be late for work. And I looked at my phone and I was like, it's Sunday. You don't work today. What the fuck? And I turned off the shower and I went back to bed. And then I woke up like an hour later and that's when I
You didn't
texted you.
even take a shower. You just went back to sleep.
Yeah, I turned it off and went back to bed. I was like, I'm not getting up yet. Fuck that. I'm tired.
We're starting off strong. It already says I have poor internet connection. Good, good.
Whoop whoop. As you should. Oh yeah, I forgot the marathon's today.
Ah, yes.
The Austin
Me as
Marathon
well.
is today. I put out like a warning that there's gonna be a lot of road closures, and then there's also like a few accidents apparently. So, wow, looking at the map is not great right now. It is
What,
like
for like
all
traffic.
red. It is all red.
Yeah,
Also, why did it open up
just a lot of
Edge? When have I ever used Edge?
I don't know what you're doing with your computer right now. Like, it
What?
sounds like all your settings got reset or something. Like, I don't know.
Why? What's going on?
Well, you could, 'cause you said it would turn on your left monitor, right, instead of the right one, and like now
Mhm.
it's saying you're using Edge as the default. Like,
Oh, yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's so annoying. Like I said, I really thought you had done that so, like, it would turn off automatically
why,
or
why do
something.
I get automatically blamed for that though? Well, I haven't even been there to do that. Like, when would I have done that?
I thought you had done it the last time you were here, because like, remember that's when I asked you originally, like, if you had turned off my thing, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, just that night so Sam and Zeus could sleep." But ever since then, it just turns off automatically, and I have to turn it on manually every day, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"What's happening?"
I turned off the monitors. I didn't like fuck with your computer. Like, what?
Yeah, and I went through my settings, nothing seems different, so I don't know, I'll figure it out, I guess.
I don't
Do
know. Maybe
some Googling.
maybe some of the connections are bad in the back of it or something. I don't know.
Ooh, I should do some crochet today.
Also, that yes.
There's, I got that Woobles penguin learn to crochet kit at the work Christmas party. Maybe I'll try it today.
Might
Oh,
as
we
well.
said we are gonna play video games, so maybe after that.
How long is it supposed to take, that crochet thing?
Um, it says I don't know. It says it's got step-by-step videos. Oh, time to complete 3 to 8 hours.
Ah, see, perfect amount of time.
So I guess depending on, like, how bad you are at it, it could take
Yeah.
3 to 8 hours.
After you hit 8 hours, though, it just bursts into flames. It's like, "No, you're not good enough for this. Try the
So,
super weenie."
I'm gonna say it'll probably take me 2 days,
Yeah.
but it's got videos you follow along with, so maybe that'll help.
Yeah. Do you think limes have feelings?
Yes.
Which feelings?
I don't think they have, like, sentient feelings, but I think that they have, like, general sensory feelings, you know?
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's warm out today."
Well, no, like, like, grass, like, releases that chemical to warn other grass when you're cutting it. Not that it does them much
To
good, but,
warn
like,
other grass.
that's what it is. It's like a
Yeah.
chemical to warn the grass, like, "Hey, we're injured," basically. Um, I don't know why that would be helpful because like, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
you can't
prevent.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Like, tell it's
Um
like if you and your neighbor had, like, cinder blocks on your feet and you couldn't get them off, and someone came by and stabbed you, and you're like, "Look out, there's a guy stabbing people." And he's like, "Yeah, I can see that, but where am I going?" Like
Yeah, like, stuff like that, or, like, trees can talk to each other using their tree roots and things like that. I think that's very interesting, like, all life on this planet has evolved to have some form of sentience or some form of emotions.
I don't know if it's sentient. I think it's mainly self-defense. Like, peppers and pepper plants, like, evolved so that they were spicier so that they wouldn't get eaten by animals, and then we were just like, "But what if? What if we did it anyway?"
Yeah, but I don't know, I guess given time, anything is possible. Here we
Yep.
are.
I think the lemon people and the lime people. Do you think they'd be racist towards each other? Like if they were both
No.
sentient?
I think, like, in a society ruled by fruit, I think it would be determined by, like, how you taste, like, are you a sweet fruit? Are you a sour fruit? Are you, like, like a grapefruit? Like, where do you lie on the fruit scale?
I like hold on now. I like that you said how it tastes. You said sweet fruit, sour fruit, or grapefruit. The 3 categories. That's
I hate
it.
grapefruit, I'm not gonna lie.
Grapefruit's so good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like it. I've
You
tried it
put
with
sugar
sugar and
on
all
it?
that stuff, and
Salt? Nothing?
I don't like the texture.
The texture, it's the same texture as any other fruit. It's the same texture as an orange.
I don't eat oranges either.
Oh my gosh, what did you grow up doing?
I liked to eat apples and peaches.
Peaches are a weirder texture than grapefruits and oranges, though.
They're soft, they don't have those weird fleshy
Limes,
things.
lemons, yeah, they all have the same thing. I've seen you eat
Lemons
limes
and
and
lemons
lemons,
are
though.
fine.
Lemons and lemons are fine? That's good.
Limes and lemons are fine, it's
They're the
different.
same texture,
It's not
though.
the same.
They're the same texture.
It's different in my head.
Yeah, because 'cause they're smaller and cute.
Man,
You're
I
like,
didn't
"Oh,
even
fuck,
I
yeah."
didn't even explain to my psychiatrist yet my thing about green. Like, he was asking me about, like,
Green.
textures and stuff. He was like, like, "What kind of foods do you like to eat? Like, what textures do you like or dislike?" And I didn't even get into how I don't like it when things taste green. I don't know how to explain that one.
You mean because it makes you sound crazy?
Yes, because green beans are fine, but broccoli is not, but I'm okay with cauliflower.
Do you like cauliflower more than broccoli?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice is awesome.
Cauliflower, right, that's okay. It's so funny.
But broccoli has, like, this really deep, bitter green taste, and that's the only way I know how to explain it is when it
Deep,
tastes green.
bitter green. Girl,
With, like,
that's
the chlorophyll or something in it.
sure, sure. What other green things do you not like?
Asparagus.
Asparagus is much different. That's a whole different thing. Like, it's very easy to mess up asparagus and it just not taste good.
Well, I
I can
think it's
see
so
that.
funny because every time your dad makes it, he's like, "I'm gonna make you like asparagus this time, like, I'm gonna cook it and all this bacon and all this," and I still don't like it. It's, like, the inherent asparagus flavor that I don't like.
I I think if someone gave you some and you ate it in certain ways, you wouldn't taste it. Because
I
there
mean,
are
if I
some
can find a
ways to
way,
make
but
it
I
where
also
it
don't like
doesn't
the
taste it,
texture of it.
but as soon as you know about it, you're like, "Oh, I can sense it nearby," and you're like, "Okay."
Like, the top of the asparagus is kind of okay, but, like, the stalk part, like, I don't it's got, like, a weird double crunch texture I don't like.
Double crunch texture. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
first layer of green and then the subterfuge green underneath.
Yeah, it's just not I like green beans, I like carrots, um, I'm fine
I
with
like
onion.
carrots too. You
You
got
make
real
fun of me?
southern there. Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing that a lot lately, like, I'll be at work and I'm like, "Whoa, I don't know why did my mom just come out of my mouth right now?" Like, the older I get, the more I sound like her. I think it's also living here too, makes the accent stronger.
Does it? Are you around a lot of people that have an accent here?
I mean, it's Texas, yeah.
Well, that does not mean anything. I'm
I
around a
mean, at
lot of
work,
people
yeah.
down here at work that they do not have accents, so
I talked to a lot of people with very different accents. I have a French customers, I have, um, Spanish customers, like, we have the cowboys that come in, like, just a wide variety of people. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
what?
I don't know, I just felt like saying that.
Okay.
Didn't you ever do that?
Not in the middle of a story, no.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about?
That was all I got. I thought you were gonna say something you didn't, so
Eh,
then I said that.
oh, you were just out of things to say. That's what you're talking about. So, yesterday I went to the liquor store, right?
Mhm.
And it's attached to a hotel, which is cool, good marketing, I guess. I don't know. But I walk up to the door, there's a dude in front of me, and I'm like 20 feet away probably. He pulls on the door, it's locked, he walks off. And I was like, wow, the door's locked? That's weird. It's like, I think it was like 5 p.m. or something like that.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of strange. Like 5 p.m. on a Saturday, and liquor store would be open, but I'll go check and see. So I go up and I don't see any hours on it, but the sign on the door says open. And I was like, oh, maybe he just gave up and didn't want to go in. So I pulled on the door handle and I was like, obviously it was just this guy. Nope, the doors are locked. And I was like, all right, well. So then I look and, I'm looking around, nobody's around. I start walking away and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll go to the other one or something. It's not
Yeah.
very, whatever. I start walking away and this guy comes out of the hotel lobby, the one that just walked in. And he goes, whoa, 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 didn't you read the sign? I'm like, no, I didn't read the sign. He's like, you got to read my sign. I was like, your sign? He's like, yeah, I'm open. Don't just walk away. And I was like, well, the doors are locked. And he goes, yeah, read the sign. And I look down and it's like this tiny like note card, like taped to the inside of the door that's like, we are open. If the door is locked, call this number. I'm in the hotel. And I'm like, this is the smallest note
What a terrible way to run a business.
written in like some person's handwritten thing. And I was like, sorry for not seeing this. Like what I was looking for your hours, or like an actual posted sign, not a bunch of papers taped to the door.
Yeah, like the place next to us, they're always like, they'll put like a big card that says like, "Oh, we're on our break. Come back at this time." You know.
Right. And I was like, all right, well, my bad. And he's like, well, what can I help you find? And I was like, I'm just looking for some whiskey. He's like, all right, back corner over there. I'm like, okay, thanks. Like it's and then I walked up with a bottle. And I set it down and he goes,
What'd you get?
whoa, I have this in stock. And I was like,
Yes.
well, I didn't bring it in. And, and he's like, oh, I thought I was out of this. I'm like, nope, this was the last one on the shelf. And he goes, okay, well, you want me to order some more of it? And I'm like, no, I just need the one. Like it's
Meanwhile, our place still has not had dough ball for 2 months.
yeah. And I'm like, nope, just need the one. He's like, oh, all right, sounds good. And he rang me out and I like walked back. I'm like, okay, man, whatever you say.
Yeah, every time I see him, he's like, "I'll order more," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I don't
You've
believe
told
that
me that
so
like 4
much anymore.
times.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine if you forget or you can't get it in, but, like, don't go above and beyond with customer service if you're not really gonna do it.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I made a mistake when I went there. I got, like, another flavored vodka, right? And then I got Southern Comfort. I didn't realize Southern Comfort is 100 proof.
Yeah.
So I only took, like, 1 shot of it, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done with that. That's good." Like the kind of thing you drink and get drunk, like, immediately. I was
What
like,
did
"Yeah, I'm
you
not gonna be
did you
drinking
take
for
a
a."
shot of it?
Yeah, I used to
Oh
drink SoCo
boy.
and Coke with my mom, so I thought, like, it would be fun.
Yeah, in a in a mixed drink, yeah, when you, like, sip it over, like, the course of 20 minutes, 30
No, like,
minutes.
we'd do shots, but maybe my mother's just a bad influence.
What do you mean? You just said you did SoCo and Coke. You took
Like, we
shots of
take a
it and then
shot of SoCo and then take a sip of Coke.
oh my god, that is not
That's
the
how my mom
same.
parties.
That is not the same. You are
I
too
think
much of a lightweight now to do that. That's
I think
crazy.
it explains, a lot about my views of things, though. I'm like I actually so yesterday I had been drinking a little bit, but I wasn't drunk, you know? And I had been it had been a while since I had taken a drink, and I was texting my friend. Her girlfriend, like, dumped her out of nowhere yesterday.
Wow, who what?
Uh, the people you met, the lesbians? I don't wanna say their
Oh,
name on here because
really?
we talked about
They
them.
broke up?
Yeah. So, her
Wow.
girlfriend just texts her out of so last week, they had this whole big drama, and then her girlfriend just texts her out of nowhere and breaks up with her. Um, and so she's complaining about that and everything, and then I said something about, like, what we were talking about, and I was like, "Hey, if it makes you feel better, like, here's what the stupid shit I did tonight that I'm dealing with." Um, and they were, like, talking to me about it, but she goes at one point, she texted me back, she goes, "Are you drunk?" And I said, "No, I'm just dramatic."
What?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Like, sending screenshots of us to them?
No, 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 I was just texting her, but I like sending really fast messages and, like, being, like, so dramatic, like, "I love him," and stuff, and she was like, "Are you drunk?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm just being dramatic right now." I said, "I plan to
Crazy.
be drunk in a little bit, but right now I am not."
Did you drink more last night?
Yeah, a little bit more, I've been trying to not drink so much when I do drink, though, because 'cause I'm taking those medications that make me really sleepy, and I feel like I probably shouldn't combine that too much.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I've had a good night. I didn't play video games or anything. I kept thinking I was gonna play The Sims, but then the thought of like getting up and actually playing The Sims, I was like, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, I've had those days before. I'm like, this would be awesome to go do, and I'm like, but my left leg, not having it. My right leg, it's not getting out of the way. So yeah, I guess we're just laying here.
I mostly ended up reading in the shower, and then like I took a nap on the couch at one point, and then I was talking to you while I was in the kitchen having snacks. I had so many snacks. That's what I was gonna talk about. I just have wanted to cook lately and try things from our cookbook. So I've been making things from the Elder Scrolls cookbook the past few days. So I made a lavender and honey bread, which I fucking love that bread. I will make that bread
Yeah,
every week.
all of a sudden, like years and years of us being together, and you're like, "Oh, are you gone? I guess I'll cook this weekend. I guess I'll get into baking. I guess I'll make all these things and then eat them, tell you how delicious they are, and then not give any to you." Like that's what you did
Well,
this
I have
weekend.
to find something to replace the nicotine.
Okay, whatever, whatever.
It's been 4 days, 23 hours, and 3 minutes.
Did you stop smoking both?
No.
So it hasn't been any of those days. Gotcha.
I'm saying nicotine free though.
Uh-huh, and you advertise it to me as I stopped vaping.
Yes, well, I already told you I misspoke. That's why I said this time that I've been nicotine free for 4 days. Um, and then after 3 weeks of this, then I'll be done with the other one.
What
If
was
it takes
that, like, whisper that you made to yourself?
after 3 weeks
What?
of this, I'll be done with the other one unless we go home and kinda have, like, the real thing, but, um, like, it takes 21 days to break a habit, so
Yeah. Okay.
I cannot believe how many
Mm.
RSVPs we're getting.
Why would you not believe it?
'Cause I just didn't know it was gonna notify me every time, you know?
Do you have it notify you? Mine just goes to our email.
Oh, yeah, no, I have the app on my phone. Oh, so for those who don't know what I'm talking about, we sent out our wedding invitations, and have started getting RSVPs. So I have the app on my phone, and every time somebody RSVPs, it's like, "This person RSVP'd," and then it also sends me an email, and I'm like, great."
Well, I have the app too, but I turned off notifications because there's nothing that app needs to notify me about, like like
Well, because I was messaging vendors for a little while, inquiring about things.
Yeah, that I'm tracking, that's why you were doing it, but
85 days, isn't that crazy?
what do you mean?
Until we get married.
Oh, right, 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 yes. Yes.
You're not getting cold feet, are you?
No. I told you, I'll just, like, wear extra socks and then some running shoes, that way I can hightail it out if I need to, and then, we'll be
No,
good.
you're stuck with me.
Nah, I don't have a ring on.
I do.
Yeah, I know, 'cause you refused to go get it made into a wedding ring.
'Cause I don't wanna not be able to wear it for 3
For
months.
3 months? Ooh, what a shame.
I said I'll take it in March.
Uh-huh.
On Wednesday, I'm going to get my dress altered.
That's good.
The
Should
lady
probably
I
get
called.
measured for a suit at some point.
Yeah, you have all the information for that now, so but the lady I called, they're, like, really nearby, and I was calling to see if I needed to make an appointment or, like, when I should come by, that sort of thing. She answered, and I think she's, like, an Indian lady or something. She got this real thick accent, but she's like, "Oh, okay, are you coming today, like, in an hour or 2?" And I was like, "No, no, 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 like, I was just trying to get information, like, "What's your process? Like, what do you need from me?" That sort of thing, and she was like, "Well, you just call and you tell me when you're coming." And I was like, "Okay, that's really simple. I like your attitude." And so I was like, "How about Wednesday?" And she was like, "Cool, just call me to make sure I'm here." And
She
I
she
love
just said,
that.
"Call and make sure that I'm here," and then show
Yeah,
up.
yeah, like, it's her own business. She's been in Austin for over 20 years, like, great reviews, and just happens to be really close to us. And so I was like, "Okay, sounds good." But you know what? I find that in other countries, they have this, like, very no nonsense attitude towards businesses, especially, like, in India and Spain, you know? They know they're good at what they do. They're gonna make their own
Do
rules
you
up to
do
their
a lot
business.
of business with India and Spain?
Well, I've, gone to a lot of Indian businesses because most eyebrow threading places and henna places are ran by Indian women because that's traditionally an Indian thing, you know? Um, and then I think the concept of the Spanish siesta, like, everybody closes down, sucks to suck if you want lunch at that hour, I'm taking a nap, like, I think that's a great cultural component to have.
He said, "I'm taking a nap. Goodbye."
Yeah, you know, like, how awesome is it? Even, like, I just think other countries just dedicate so much more time to taking care of themselves and, like, treating themselves as human beings, like, making sure they eat and
Nah, we're
rest.
not human beings. We cogs in the machine.
And then America, they're like, "Okay, worker 265, get a job."
Yeah. Did you see that thing where it was like, I love how every study that's come out has said that you get more productivity and more output out of your workers if you give them a 4 day work week instead of five, but and more vacation time, I think is what it said. However, we're just gonna say fuck that because we need people in the office 24/7. And everyone was like, that's not even how, like, it doesn't even make any sense that we would do that. You're like, oh, we have to have someone here on Fridays, and be like, yeah, it's called having different shifts. Like one group that's here Monday through Thursday, the other group that's here Tuesday through Friday. Like it's not super complicated.
And even, like, studies have shown that, like, working from home increases a lot of people's productivity and all that
Well,
sort of stuff, but they're
yeah,
trying to push people to go back to the office because
yeah, because they
construction companies
built
are
so
losing
many
money on
offices.
real estate.
Yeah, yep. Because they built so many offices and people invested so much money in the buildings that they're like, no, they're just sitting here empty. You're like, yeah, they can work better from home. Like what? Also, you could
But
also do that. Like if you had two different shifts that were working 4 days each, why not have one shift that works, Saturday through Wednesday or whatever day, or Sunday through Wednesday? The other shift works Wednesday through Saturday. I'm like, then you have people working every day of the week instead of only 5 days a week. And on Wednesdays, you could have like all your big meetings or whatever because everyone's there. Like it doesn't. There's a super
yeah,
easy
you know,
like
like,
solution.
that's so great. It would just be like, what was it? What do they call it in school? Like, the way they divided this
Learning
class schedule.
like
There was,
class
like, a specific
periods.
name for it, you know, where, like, there was, like, an
Split
A and B
schedule.
schedule.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though.
I think that would
But
work
like it
so much better in the working world. Plus, like, then people who like, doctors and things like that can always be available instead of just, you have to wait until Monday for your doctor to open, or you have to go to, like, an ER or
that's what I'm
something like that.
saying. Like if you had enough for two shifts, you could just always stay open 7 days a week. You could get productivity done like 7 days a week instead of 5 days a week. Yeah.
That's extra jobs for people too. That's
And
actually
everyone
I think
has
it's a great concept.
3 days off instead of two. It's crazy.
Yeah, we should put you in charge, Jordan.
No, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
No.
manage the schedule I have down here, and I'm like, look, this is not great. The schedule that
Listen,
my like boss's boss came up with is we have to work 6 days on and 2 days off. And we're like, that's cool and all, but how about we don't do that? Like it's
why do they hate us?
so we're trying to push for a different schedule of like we're trying to push for a 3-3-3 schedule of you have 3 days where you're on call. So if something comes up, we call you in, then you have 3 days of 12-hour shifts, and then you have 3 days off. I'm like, I think it's pretty fair, but what do I know?
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Nice.
I'm just
I
tired of
went
work.
that too. I went to get a haircut yesterday, and got the haircut. She's there, looking fabulous. And here's the I don't so never had it happen before. Never like it's I don't know why it happened, but so I showered yesterday.
Did
And
you?
yeah, it's important to the story. I showered, smelled fine, like, went to go get a haircut. And this lady, she's giving me a haircut. We get to like 99% of the way through. She's like, how's that looking? I was like, looks good. She's like, all right, cool, sounds good. She's like, oh, let me get this spot here, right? And she trims like a spot on my neck. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And then my neck is wet. And I
Oh.
was like, interesting. And then I'm like, whoo, flowers. Like she sprayed my neck with perfume. And I was like, Okay.
Oh.
And I stood up, I was like, "I smell like fucking flowers right
I was
now.
like, "Are you
So
about to tell me
nice."
she cut your neck open and you, like, passed out while getting your hair cut and you didn't even tell me?" Like
No, no, she sprayed me with, like, perfume, and I was like, "Smells nice." Like, I don't I was like, "Okay, then. I guess I smelled bad, I don't know." And then I stood up and, like, walked off, and I was like, "I don't know what it was." Like, I my best guess is it was either perfume or, like, maybe she cut too close to the skin and was, like, putting on, like, aftershave that smelled like flowers, and I was like, "I
Yeah, it could be,
guess.
like,
I
an
don't know."
alcohol solution that just has, like, a floral scent or something.
I guess, but I thought it was so funny. I was like, "Never been sprayed by perfume before? Have an extra dollar. Here you go. Have fun." Like
Did you like smelling like flowers?
I smelled like flowers for about, 20 minutes, and then I showered to wash all the hair off, so and then it went away, so
I went to H-E-B the other day, and 1, I underestimated how much stuff I was getting. I should have gotten a buggy, but I got a basket.
You okay.
Eh,
You got, like, a hand basket, right?
mhm.
You okay, no, you finish your story, but it reminds me of something. Go ahead.
Okay, so, I should have gotten a buggy, but I didn't. And so I'm walking around the store getting things for I was making, I was making sweet rolls and potato cheddar soup from the Skyrim cookbook and the loaf. So I need to get a bunch of things because I don't just keep lavender in my cabinet. I don't know the rest of you, but I need to get a bunch of things. So I went to HEB because our Randall shut down and I'm still mad. But I took my loops because I couldn't find my headphones. I wanted to listen to music, but I took my loops. Oh my god, such a better experience. Like I was able to have
Crazy.
conversations with other people because it was really crowded.
If only someone had been telling you to take them for years now.
But, like, the aisle I was on was really crowded, and, like, me and the other people around me just kept joking, like, "Oh, yeah, it's busy today," because we all kept being like, "Oh, sorry, excuse me," and after a while, it was just kinda weird because it was, like, the same 5 of us just trying to grab stuff in one aisle, and we were like, "Yeah, it's busy, whatever," like, that little bonding moment, and I saw a really, really cute mini buttonlet pan, that Jordan did not let me get, even though I wasn't gonna get it.
Did I you what? What now?
The buntlet pan that I showed you, the rose gold one. Oh my god, it was so cute and so big. I could make like a million mini buntlets with that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I didn't let you get it because I got it for you over a year ago and you've used it like twice.
I've used it 3 times, thank you.
Okay. You know what I'm saying though? Like there's
Okay,
not a
but just because
use
I
to
don't
get
use
a
the bread
second
pan
one.
every day doesn't mean like maybe I'd use it more if I had a big one,
You
because then
have
I
a
could make
big
a
one. What are
big
you talking
batch
about? A
instead of
big
making
batch,
several
nothing.
batches.
Several batches, nothing. You would
Wasting
not. It is
power.
not a it is not a question of, "Oh, I can make 30 of these instead of 12. That way I'll only have to throw away 20." Like you
Well, I'm planning to bake every weekend.
You can bake every weekend if you want, but until you start, like, eating the baked goods, like, you gotta eat them too. Like,
Yeah.
there's still bread in the pantry that I made, isn't there?
No.
Where did it go?
I finished off most of it, but then some of it had mold.
Right. See what I'm saying? Like, you don't eat enough baked goods to be making giant batches
But
of
I
them
wanna
because you
take them
don't
to
eat them
work.
fast enough.
That's why I wanna take them to work for people. I got, like, a strawberry extract and raspberry extract so I can make, like, strawberry sweet rolls and stuff and, like, experiment with flavors. I'm so excited.
You should go talk to my mom. She likes bacon and stuff.
Yeah, I love your mother.
That's nice. Me too.
Um, but yeah, I've been really into lavender because we're launching a lavender beverage next month.
Spoilers.
I'm sure half the planet already knows. Um, but so I've been making things with lavender for funsies, and, oh, it's good.
Are you moving back and forth or just changing the volume of your voice?
Sorry, I was yawning in the middle of that sentence.
You keep doing it like the past story and a half. I'm like, what are you doing?
I had coffee this morning, but sometimes, like, if I sit down for too long, I just get really sleepy.
I just meant like the beginning of every one of your sentences is very like loud and then it gradually gets quieter as you continue talking.
Oh, I think I'm talking at the same volume, but I can try better,
You
try
did the
harder.
same thing.
Yeah, no, I'm talking at the same volume, so I don't know. Maybe it's your connection.
I want you to listen back on some of these and be like, "Yeah, that's the same volume." It's not.
I told you, like, sometimes I've listened to our episodes and you sound kinda like that, where I'm like, "Oh, like, I should tell him next time to, like, talk this way
Yeah,
instead of."
most of those times is when I'm using your microphone. Like, I don't know with your microphone when it just doesn't like me.
Yeah, maybe you should. I don't know, I don't have a funny comeback.
All right, good job. Hey, so I was also at HEB the other day.
Was your HEB better than mine?
Is it better? No, there's not a lot of English things there. Um, Mostly things in Spanish. But so I was walking through the store, and there's these two women, and they're both pushing carts. And in the second cart, there's this little girl sitting there, right? And she says, she looks at both of them. She goes, "Mommy, I need sushi." And I was like, what a thing for a little kid to say. Like, all right, little kid likes sushi. And I was like looking at like oil or something like right next to him. So I overheard this conversation where the mom goes, "Okay, well, I can give you a piece of sushi." And she goes, "Okay." And she goes, "No, I want all the sushi." and, and the mom goes, "You can't have all the sushi. You can have a little bit though." And the little girl goes, "Well, you're having all the sushi." And she goes, "Yeah, but you like the chicken nuggets, right?" Little girl goes, "Yeah, I really like the chicken nuggets." And she says, "Well, can I have some?" She goes, "No, they're all mine." And the mom goes, "Well, if you're not sharing, I'm not sharing." And she takes like a full like good 30 seconds to think about it, and she goes, "That's okay. We don't need to share." I was like,
Hey,
"There,
that kid has excellent communication skills.
like, you go, little girl." She's like, "You know what? I like chicken nuggets better. You keep the sushi."
Yeah, much
And
better than
then
my conversation skills at that age.
and then like you were talking about earlier, this reminded me. I totally forgot, but so most people in Texas they call it a buggy, like weirdos, and so that's normally like, I don't have an issue with it. Like do whatever, be weird, that's fine. But I
Him
went
saying that as
to
he's made fun of me since we moved here, even though I've always said that.
I went to oh my gosh, there's something in my throat.
So he went to,
I went to HEB, right? And then I was at the self checkout, but it was very like judgmental self checkout because it said self checkout, but then you had to put your items instead of in a bag on a little conveyor belt, and it went to a worker who was bagging your
What?
things for you. And
Oh, like Fresh and Easy used to be.
I was like, this kind of defeats the purpose of me like slowly scanning things like an idiot, you know? I, now I look dumb. So now I'm like, all right, well, I gotta scan quickly because she's waiting on me, whatever, like judging me. So I scanned all the things. I put my card in the machine. I was like, time to pay, boop boop boop. And then it was like, please remove card. So I removed the card, but before I could put it back in my wallet, she said, "Oh, let me see your card." And I was like, "Oh, maybe it didn't go because there was no confirmation on the screen. It didn't say like a purchase approved or whatever. It just
Yeah.
was like, take out your card." And I was like, "Oh, all right." So she said, "Can you let me see your card?" And I was like, "Okay." So I started I started handing her the card, and she's like, "No, no, 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 or the card." And I was like, "What is happening?" And I was like, "My card?" And she's like, "Yeah, your card." And I'm like, "My card?" And she's like, "Yeah, my card." And I was like, I don't
This is
like,
it.
"Do you want this?" And she's like, "No, that." And she finally pointed to the cart behind me. And I was like,
Oh my god.
"Can't you just be?" I was like, "This is the one time I wish you would have just said buggy." I swear to God. I was like, "You said I'm like the one
Fucking
time."
enunciate.
But I swear she said card like 4 times in a row before I was like, "Do you want this?" And she's like, "No, that," and pointed to the cart. I'm like, "Okay. All right.
You're
What's
like, "That would've
happening?"
been helpful 5 minutes ago."
I'm like, "You could have just pointed."
You know, see, if I have to repeat myself more than once, that's when I just start over enunciating things. Like, in that situation, I would've been like, "The cart." Like, I would've spit the T, I would've been like, "Cart." Because
I wouldn't have
obviously I'm
even
the
tried
problem in
that.
that
I'd be like,
situation.
"Cart?" And she'd be like, "Cart." And I'd be like, "Cart?" And I'd be like, "Cart." And I'd be like, "No, no, no, like, I need to put your groceries in the cart." And I would point. Like, I would just start pointing and be like, "That, you dumb dumb. Like, it's that right there." Like I wouldn't be just going back and forth. It's like she wasn't bagging anything. She wasn't busy. She was literally like standing still, watching me try to hand her my credit card, and she was like, "No, my card. I need your card." And I'm like, "This is my card." She's like, "No, your card." It's like, okay, I don't know, I don't know what's going on here.
I just I mean, my checkout was I didn't go to self-checkout when I went, but I had my loops in, so I couldn't hear the people very well, and they kept asking me questions, like, really quietly, and I would just be like, "Okay, I can't hear you," and they'd be, like, just smiling at me, like, "Okay," and
I
then they gave me some
y-
bags, and they got mad that I didn't have my own a little bit, but they were like, "You want 2 of them?" And I was like, "I don't know how many I'm gonna need, however like, 2 is fine, sure, okay," like,
you didn't bring bags. What were you doing?
I couldn't find my bags, they're in
they're
the very top
in
of the closet.
they're in the pantry on the top, dear, where they have always been.
I thought I had them in the backseat of my car, but I didn't, so that was my
Why
bad.
would they ever live there?
I just
Why
don't
they have
get
never
why
been
does
there.
Austin HEB, like, have a bag thing?
You haven't
The
seen
rest
that? Okay,
don't.
so Austin passed a law that was like, "Hey, you have to, provide your own bags in all grocery stores because it's better for the environment," right? And then Texas was like, "No, that's illegal. You can't do it. It violates this precedence, blah, 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 blah." Undo. They hit undo, right? So then most of Austin went back to, "Okay, we'll just have some bags then." But
Mhm.
HEB started going, well, if we don't have bags and we aren't required to provide bags, we could just sell you bags. So now they sell bags to people only there. That's what I was saying. To the most of the stuff down here at this HEB is in Spanish. However, when I go to checkout, there's just plastic bags, and I can just put my groceries in plastic bags.
I wouldn't even mind if, like, just like Randall's had the paper bags, like, I wouldn't mind something like that that's a little more environmentally friendly than plastic. But,
And
like,
no,
and
they
I'm willing
only
to buy
sell
more
like
bags,
plastic
but the
bags
ones
too.
by us never seem to have any bags for sale out anymore. Like, they used to be right by the self-checkout, and the last few times I've gone, like, I can't find
You
any.
talking about the green plastic ones, the one they give you?
No, like, the ones you can purchase, like,
Yeah, the
they'll usually have
ones.
them at self-checkout.
Yeah, no, they don't do that anymore. The ones that they give you, those big green plastic ones, those they charge you 30 cents for them, the
Are those the
groceries
only
in
ones
them.
they have now? 'Cause I
Yes.
used to like going there to get the cute like, I have, like, a Christmas design and a Halloween design one at work from the HEB next door to us. Um, and I was like, "I would be willing to buy a few more of those since we are going to HEB now, but
So you
they
have,
don't have
like,
them."
8 bags and you still aren't bringing them to HEB?
I will remember next time I go where they are.
Where they are? No, it's where they've been. They live there. That's where they've lived for over a year and a half now, since we have lived there. Like, that's where
Yeah,
they have
yeah, I
been.
see your point.
"Oh, I
Makes
thought they were
sense.
in the back seat of my car." Why?
I thought
When
I
did they
put them, like, in
migrate
the
there?
trunk, like, I have 2 of them, but not all of
When would
them.
you have ever put them there? You
'Cause I figured if they're in my car, then I won't forget them as often.
so you thought you went to HEB, bought some bags and some groceries, came back to the apartment, put all the groceries away, and then thought, "You know what? Let me take these bags out to my car real quick and put them in there."
Yeah, not this time, clearly.
Read not this time. Like, I've never seen you do that anytime.
Listen,
Listening.
that's all I got.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen the AI video thing?
No, what?
So they have now they can do, like, text to AI video prompts, and, like, it looks really real. Um, and I think it's pretty scary actually, like, the direction AI is going. Like, I can already see this being used to harm a lot of people. Like, I've already seen all these memes that people were, like, in 10 years, and it's, like, me staring at um, the fake AI video footage of the crime I didn't commit.
Well, that's why did you see that thing where it was like, you can purchase an extra finger for a few dollars, and if you wear it while you're committing a crime, they'll just throw out the evidence because it looks like an AI created all the images because you have 6 fingers instead of 5.
This person put up a video and they were like, "Can you identify what's AI?" And I already was like, "Yeah, it's every single one of them. I'm guaranteeing it right now. It's every single one of them." And yeah, it was. It was every single video was AI generated. There were people arguing in the comments like, "This can't be all this stuff." And I'm like, "No, like
This
the
can't be
technology is
it
getting that
would
far."
never happen.
Ray Bradbury tried to warn us, and did we listen? No.
Nah, but also, it's fine.
Sorry, there's something in my eye, like cat hair or something. It's probably my own hair. I don't even remember anything I did this week.
Maybe a worm.
Oh my god, don't bring up the worm.
You played a lot of Beat Saber, I saw.
Mm. We can talk about the worm and then Beat Saber. Okay, so
Okay. You have worms?
what Jordan's referring to, he made his name the Unseen Worm today in our chat thing that we use to record our podcast.
What are you talking
Because
about?
I told Jordan the other day, thought our new cat Sweet Roll, I was like, okay, she's got like a piece of little like tissue or litter on her booty, okay. I'll clean it off. I go to just grab it. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll wash my hands after, even if it is litter. Who cares? She's my cat. No, it was not litter. It was not a piece of tissue. It was a piece of worm. It was moving around and
I
wet
like
and
your accent
squishy.
on there. It's a worm. Yes, it's
It was
quite.
moving around and wet and squishy, and so I went to the bathroom and immediately washed it in the sink, and I don't know if that was the right choice or not, but I Googled it, and
Great. Now our
I guess
sink has worms.
no, apparently it'll just, like, die if it's not inside something, you
Well,
know?
yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely yelled. I was freaking out. I was just trying so hard not to have a panic attack, and I went and looked, and there was, like, all these little egg-looking things stuck in her tail and on her butt, and I started freaking out, and that's when I started texting you, and I was like, "Oh my god, I cannot deal with worms. I have OCD. How am I supposed to deal with cat worms? Okay, like, this is, like, the worst possible scenario for me." Great. Um, so I start calling emergency vets and stuff, and they basically told me it's not life or death, like, it is urgent, but it's not, like, life or death, like, it's probably not gonna cause her much harm or anything like that, besides not getting all the nutrients she needs, which she's better off than she was before with us, so, like, I'm not too worried about that. I'll take her to the vet tomorrow once they open, but and now I just keep finding little egg things, and I'm like, "I'm gonna kill myself." Not for real, I shouldn't say that on a podcast. I'm going to write myself a strongly worded letter.
Yeah, that make you
I
feel
don't
better.
know.
Make you
I
feel
don't
good about
know.
that comment. You're like,
Um,
haha, just kidding.
oh god, but no, it's really, really freaking me out. But I looked it up, and the chances of, like, getting a worm like that from your cat are apparently very low, and it's very low for cats to transfer them to each other, so I'm not too worried about chipmunks as long as we get the treatment right away. But, yeah, it's not doing wonders for my anxiety.
So you've got worms, you say?
I don't have worms.
Well, I mean, you own the
Your
cat
cat has
and then by the
worms.
transitive property. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My
You
cat's
said she's
healthy.
your cat.
Yeah, unless she's whiny or unhealthy, then she's yours.
Chipmunk, like, took her collar off the other day, and I just haven't put it back on her because I can't make Sweet Rolls the right size, so I feel kinda bad, like, making Chipmunk wear it if she doesn't have to wear it, you know?
What?
I know.
Are you insane? What the hell
I
kind of
am
logic is
insane.
that?
I need you to
What?
fix Sweet Roll's collar, though, so I can put it on her because I can't tie it
Uh-huh.
properly.
What does that have to do with Chipmunk's collar?
I just feel bad that she has to wear it and no one doesn't right now.
Excuse me? She's not being stabbed by it. It's not like restricting her. You're like, oh no, you can go outside in case you fall and get like lost. We have a way to find you. How dare you? You know what? You don't have to do that because the other cat's also not safe right now. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, they're microchipped.
Yeah. Yeah. What you know what the microchip it doesn't like broadcast a GPS signal. Like, it's if, like, they get taken to a shelter, they'll look at the chip and then call us, or someone could just look at the collar and then call like, they don't need to take them to a shelter. Like,
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
it's not like, "Oh, she's microchipped, I'll just follow her on the GPS app." Like, no, that's not how that works.
That would be so much better. Why can't you do that?
Because then there'd be, like, thousands of GPS pings every day for different animals around the fucking world. Like, what? No. It'd be
Well, I mean, like,
such a
maybe it could
waste.
only be activated, like, if you lose your pet, you know?
How would you turn it on? How would you power it? What are you talking
I don't
about?
know. How does Apple Bluetooth tags work?
You still need to like power them. They're
I
like,
don't
hold on, my cat can't go outside. I gotta plug her in first to charge her
not my area of
GPS. Like
expertise.
what?
Charge her up with the pigeons, okay? But yes, I have been playing a lot of Beat Saber. Oh my god, I'm weak though. I gotta build up my
What?
stamina.
What'd you say?
I have been playing a lot of Beat Saber.
Yeah, what was the second part?
I am very weak.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, oh my god, this is such a workout, you know?
It's that job of yours. Makes your legs tired. Then you come home and you're like, another good leg workout day. And you're like, yeah. What about the upper
No,
body? And you're like, no, my
literally,
legs hurt.
it hurts my arms too.
Okay.
Cause like, you know, it's like you're doing aerobics basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. I'm saying before you, like, if you don't do Beat Saber or actually work out your upper body, you come home from work and you're like, I'm so tired. I just worked out so much today. I'm like, yeah, you worked out your legs today. Like, legs looking great. Upper body never gets worked out.
yeah, you know, I'll fix that.
Don't fix
I'll play
it.
Beat Saber more.
Yeah, sure.
I wish
I
they
got a
had like weights
couple.
that came in video game designs.
Do what?
I wish there was like weights that came in video game designs. You know, like the little hand weights. Like if they were like
Little
video game
hand
designed,
weights that
I'd
were
like
video
mine.
done. What does that mean? Let's
I'm
try
saying
to
like the
use like
little hand weights you can get.
uh-huh. Little
I
hand
wish they
weights.
had
Let's
video
use like
game design.
not that little hand weights is not a thing, but what the heck's a little hand weight?
Dumbbells, is that what they're called? The little
You
ones where
want
you have
little
2?
dumbbells where you have
Where y
two?
yes,
You
where
can
you like, you do arm curls and stuff at
you,
home, like, you use them.
you can use dumbbells,
What
yes.
are they called?
There are dumbbells, but I wouldn't describe them as little hand weights.
Okay, what are the little hand ones then?
What do you mean little hand ones?
Like,
You talking about like the little 2.5 pound like little weights that you see? Is that what you're talking?
barbells?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are dumbbells, but they're not gonna help you like build any muscle unless you get like I don't know heavy ones.
Yeah, but, like, I need, like, a 5 or 10-pound one.
Yes, 10 pounds is a good weight to start with.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but I don't know that they can. I'm not gonna give you like 10 pound pink weights. What are you gonna do with them?
Get stronger.
Yeah, I just give them to you, and then you're stronger.
I'll work out with them.
Yeah,
Curls and shit, you know?
yeah. What are you doing? Curls and shit. You know, little pink weights, obviously.
I got so much sleep this weekend.
That's good. Normally, that's what people do on their days off.
Really needed it. People at work be testing my fucking patience.
My work's doing that too. Like, I spent over probably 3 hours this morning and yesterday and Friday trying to work on this product for my boss. And then this morning, I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get it done because I just don't have the required information. And he's like, oh, just reach out to this person. I'm like, yeah, who doesn't love getting a phone call on Sunday afternoon? I texted them, I didn't call them, and was like, hey, I need this information. Can you help me? And they were like, oh, yeah, that you don't need that information. Here's what you actually need. And I was like, cool. So basically, that one text message that I got was just like, hey, all that work that you've been doing and research you've been doing for the past like 2.5 days? Yeah, you didn't need to do any of that because it turns out we asked you to do something that you didn't actually have to do. I'm like, awesome. Love it so much.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
that.
Just so lovely, isn't it?
10 out of 10 with rice.
Did you say with rice?
Yeah, haven't you ever heard that?
No, I heard 10 out of 10 with rice. And I was like, what is that?
Um, it's like an internet meme. It's like the original one was like 7 out of 10 with rice. Um, so now they're just like anything with rice, blank out of 10. But it's because originally it was 10 years ago that this started, okay? So originally somebody asked on Ask Reddit what tasty food would be disgusting if eaten over rice. And for some of the suggestions, he tried out. And so it would be something like Nutella, 10 out of 10 with rice. you know? But so now I just automatically do that for everything. I'll be like 7 out of 10 with rice, you know? Like, it's my automatic response now.
I saw some of those videos for the first time the other day, not the rice ones, but like the rating ones where it was like you could be it was like get rated on this app and I was like why would I want to be rated by people? And then the video was just like an interview with some girl and was like, "Oh yeah, he's a 10, but he's only 5'2." And she's like, "Oh yeah, automatic like 3." And I was like, "Okay, I don't
I
understand
hate
the
that
rating scheme on
attitude.
this, but okay, sure."
I even I had a friend who told me the reason that he can't get a wife is because he's not, like, 6 foot, and I'm like, I just I hate this thing that we've done in society that, like, if you're not the tallest man, like, you're not worthy of attraction. Like, them bitches are, like, 5'2", they're gonna really complain that their men aren't 5'5" or taller? Like, I don't
Yeah, yeah, I never understood that. Of like, oh, he's not tall enough. I'm like, what does the height equal exactly? Like, is there an advantage to it
No.
specifically? Like after 5 feet, you're like, I don't know. It's, you know.
It's just to me, it's just another form of, like, misogyny, like, you have to be this certain type of man, and you have to look a certain way, and you have to, like, be a certain way for women, and that's just not true. Like, you're not I mean,
Yeah.
you're
You
pretty
just
tall,
need to
but,
have a
like, you're
big
not
dick
6
and that's
foot.
it.
Yeah, that'll work too. Um, you're not 6 foot, but you're pretty close, so I can't complain, but, like, if
Wow,
I
thanks.
would never be like
Guess I'm only a
I would
six
never be
then.
like, "Jordan, you're only 5'7", I can't be with you
5'7".
five
Whoa,
three,
whoa
five
now.
four ass."
Let's not say 5'7".
He is taller than 5'7", okay.
Um, I like the other day you came home from I forget where you went, but you were like, "Yeah, I got measured.
Edges.
I'm taller than I thought I was." And I was like, "Okay."
I was so excited. I was like,
And you were
"I'm
like, "Yeah."
5'4".
You're like, "Yeah, I'm" no, you said I'm 5'5", and I was like, "You're 5'5", and you're like, "Yeah, normally I thought 5'3" or 5'4", and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Were you barefoot when you got measured just now?" And you're like, "No, I was wearing these shoes." And then you grabbed the shoes that have like a 2-inch heel on them, and I was like, "Yeah, I wonder why you were 5'5" suddenly today. It's very strange." It's a real mystery around here, like, I was like, "Who measured you?" And you're like, "Oh, like some random person." Okay.
Not a psychiatrist, he had, like, a wall thing.
Yeah, while you were wearing platform shoes.
Yeah, which is funny because he made me take my phone out of my pocket to weigh me.
Yeah, but not the shoe box,
I
which
was like,
is
I didn't
like,
have my
alright.
purse or anything, literally just my phone. Very interesting. That's like, this 1-pound device is gonna be the make or break.
Yeah, gotta make sure the dosage is accurate without the phone. With the phone, it'd just be weird.
I don't know, man. I'm like that was an interesting appointment.
That's fine.
Okay. Hi, chipmunk.
We got short kings, so it's okay. That's the moral of the story.
To all my short kings out there, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
To all the tall
I've been
queens,
seeing
don't worry, you can find your Travis Kelce.
a lot of, like, videos of people playing these, like, sorting games on YouTube. I guess YouTube think it, like, calms me down or something, I don't know. But
Sorting
it's
game.
like, watch this sorting game, and I just watch people sort things, you know? I'm like, "Oh, yeah, the square does go in the square hole. You're right." Like, but, like, there's different, like, ways to sort things. It's like a half sorting, half puzzle game, right? And there's one where, like, this one, I forget her name. Every time every time she comes across a puzzle where it's like sorting from tallest to shortest, she'll start doing it. She'll be like, "Nope, I'm not doing that," and she'll sort it from shortest to tallest and be like, "All right, there you go, short kings," and it will like accept the answer. And I'm like, "All right."
Yeah, I don't know, height's just never been, like, a thing I've thought about. My first boyfriend, I think, was, like, about half an inch taller than me. Just never been important.
Dang, what a shorty!
He is pretty short. He was Asian, though, so
What is that? Okay.
I didn't mean for that sounded terrible, but, like
Yep.
okay, I'll just stop there.
Yeah.
There's no way
No,
to make
go
that better. I'll
on.
take the L, I'll take the L.
Keep going. That's fine. I
I'm
like
like, I don't
being
wanna
the
say
only one on the
something and then it just
podcast.
be like a
That's good.
stereotype, and I'm learning in real time that I'm just, like, biased, you know?
Mhm. You're like, "Yeah, and he always had a calculator? I didn't know why. He didn't need it for math." Like, what? Like, "There you go, babe. You're on
Actually,
fire."
apparently that is a thing, like, in It says Asians as a whole are still noticeably shorter than non-Asians, like even compared to like Europe. But I guess they're getting taller over time, so it may be due to like cultural development.
Yeah. Speaking of, I need you to name things for me.
Name things.
Now, name all the different types of orange chicken. Go.
How am I supposed to know that?
Boy, you're an adult. I believe in you. Go.
I don't eat orange chicken. I know General Tso's orange chicken. Is
Okay.
that what you're asking?
So I have I eat at the cafeteria right with for work most of the time. And the other day they post like the dinner menu like usually early on in the day. So I'm like, "Oh, cool. I can go to dinner or I can just go make dinner depending on if it's good or not." Well, they have really good orange chicken. They make some good orange chicken. I don't know why. It's like their one thing that they're really good at
Can't eat
making
orange chicken. I just eat
is
it.
why.
I got food poisoning off of orange chicken in middle school, and ever since then, every time I've had orange chicken, it just tastes like throw up.
Okay. Anyway, so
Sorry.
they make really good orange chicken. I'm not traumatized by it, but whatever. And so on the menu though, uh I looked at it and they always name it something different, even though it's the same chicken every time. Like half the time, like last time it said sweet and sour chicken, but it was the same picture. And I was like, that's just orange chicken. Then this time they actually named it orange chicken, which I thought was like out of the box for them because like I've in the past like several months they've had it like 3 or 4 times. Never has it been called orange chicken. It's always just some random like names and whatever. But this time it said orange chicken, but not just orange chicken. In front of it, it said Asian orange chicken, and we were looking at it. And we're
Okay.
like, is there like
What makes it
Mexican orange
Asian?
chicken? Like, are we? Is there is there Spanish orange chicken? Like, what are we talking about? Why is this one Asian? Like, I don't.
That's like when you're like unnecessarily
Hmm.
gendered things when it's like women's soccer ball, men's baseball, like just
Yeah, I always thought it was very strange
just an
that it just
object.
said Asian orange chicken, and me and my
Just orange
coworkers were
chicken.
talking about it. We're like, what makes this one Asian? And I was like, I don't know. Like, is there other ones that we don't know about? Are they hiding the chickens from us? Where are they? What are they doing here? Like,
Oh, you know what? I know. I bet I know what it is. It was because it was obviously a cochin chicken.
what
Cochin chickens come from the Chinese province of Shanghai. They are
did you
bred
just
to
Google
attract
what Asian chickens are?
beauty. Maybe it really was an Asian chicken, and we are being culturally insensitive, but denying him his birthright.
I'm not being insensitive. I want to know what
It's a
other
beautiful
types of
chicken.
orange chicken there are. Like it's
I know I've seen silkies before. Have you ever seen a silkie?
no,
They
I don't
are
think so.
chickens, and they look like cotton balls almost. Like, you gotta look it up actually, like, they're, like,
What kinds of
long-haired.
chickens is it?
It's just called a silkie, K-I-E instead of what K-Y. They got their name from the silk goat.
Silky chicken. Let's see. Oh, like the real fluffy looking ones?
Mhm.
Oh boy. What was the one that you were just looking at before this?
It's spelled Cochin. They're from China.
Cochin chicken. Look cool looking too.
I'm learning so much about chickens today. The Brahma from China looks like it belongs in Skyrim. This is a Skyrim chicken right here. If
Oh
you are looking
boy,
into a
it's
large and beautiful
mm.
Asian breed, the Brahma should be on top of your list.
Did you
Okay?
just look up different chicken breed? Like what?
I looked up Asian chicken
The
breeds.
Brahma chicken. So large, so tall, so majestic.
I know. I was like the one of them just
All
looks like
about
a
Brahma
rooster
chicken.
with really long legs.
Oh my gosh, this thing is huge compared to this dude that's holding it.
I know, right? Who knew there were so many different types of chickens?
I mean, I knew there were a lot, but I just never cared. I Mm. What kind of chicken are you gonna be?
Um,
Cooked chicken. That's right. You're too indecisive. They would have killed you by now.
Sorry, the cat is having a problem.
They're always having problems. What do you
No,
mean?
but she's having the problem in my lap.
Okay.
She jumped up on my lap, right? But she got her leg, like, stuck in my headphone, like, cord. And so she started freaking the fuck out, and then I was trying to hold her with one arm and, like, untangle it, but she was freaking the fuck out because she didn't know what was going on, and I was just like,
Which
"Ah!"
which cat was that?
Chipmunk.
Yeah, I bet it was your cat. That sounds like her.
It's always my cat whenever you don't like them.
What do you mean? She's the one that tangled herself in Christmas lights and almost tore down the tree. What are you
I
talking
don't know
about?
if Sweet Roll will do that yet. She hasn't had time.
It hasn't had time
Oh,
to do what?
I was gonna ask where you put her paperwork. I don't know when her birthday is.
Not for another while, babe. It's fine.
Well, because I know she's, like, a year old, but that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I know Chipmunk is May 30th.
Boo, 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 boo. Chipmunk is what?
May 30th because I'm always like, "Oh, it's the 31st, the inverse of 13." But it's not, it's the 30th, and I just always, like, get excited about that.
Inverse of
I'm like, "We could just move it
13.
to be the 31st." But
You just move it. What do you
we can
mean?
move her birthday. It's not like she's gonna know, only we'll know.
She will know, and I'm gonna
No, she
know, and then I'm
won't.
gonna be upset.
She doesn't know, she's a cat. They don't
I
know
know.
about birthdays.
Nope, I know.
You okay. But so I would
Mm-mm.
like to know when Sweet Roll's birthday is. I can't believe our baby's gonna be 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
This episode's all about cats.
It's not, but, you know.
I've also been eating a lot of pickles. Thank you for buying me all
Okay.
those pickles. Oh my god. I just had a hankering for pickles this week.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta say though, Sweet Roll's nails and claws really freak me out because like chipmunks are so dark, you can always see them. Sweet Roll has like white ones and they just look weird.
Yeah. Okay, so they didn't send me her background information. This is just the contract saying I now own her. Great.
Congrats. She was unwanted before. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look at the paperwork then. Oh well.
Well, because she was like almost exactly a year old. I think it was like a year and 3 months or something like that. So
Yeah, it's not
gotta be
for
in
a
the
little
winter
while.
months.
Yeah, it's not for a while. But hey, let's just move it. Both their birthdays are now August 4th.
No,
Yep, that's what I've decided. They
no,
won't know. Don't worry.
you can't decide on your own.
Well, you just tried to, so that's too
Look, you
bad.
can't make it my birthday.
I can. Now I just have to remember one date and I'll get all three of you gifts.
Why can't we just tell them May 31st is their birthday?
Nope, can't do it. That would not be accurate.
You can.
August 4th sounds good though.
No.
Yeah, it does. You don't like August 4th?
It's my birthday. I don't want to share my birthday with my cat.
Wow, selfish. That's cool. All right, fine. How about like December 25th?
Why would we make it around Christmas?
Well, winter months, happiness, obviously.
But then you won't let me get them Christmas and birthday gifts. You only let me get one.
You mean because you already buy them stuff like every other week anyway?
You know what?
Well, hit with the truth. Oh.
Shut up. Chickens and cats. Oh my. What an episode.
Is that what you want to name this episode?
No, you name the episode. You're better than I am.
What?
I'm
How come you
I'm
never
reading
want to
Bridgerton.
contribute to it?
What do you mean? I just don't feel like I'm as funny as you are.
So you can't pick a name because you don't feel like it's as funny? That's just a cop out.
You could name it Mindless Chickens and Cats.
I could name it that.
It just doesn't sound very funny.
It doesn't sound very funny.
Mindless Worms.
What?
This is Amy. No. I hate the election year. I'm getting so many spam text messages constantly.
Did you just get a text from Amy?
Did you?
Nope.
Oh.
My
I was like, how'd you know? But
number
I just
don't
said
give
the name
out.
wrong.
You just said it. How did you know this? Are you a psychic?
Got any other stories you want to share?
No, I think that's about it. But as a side note, did you want to do the intro this week or?
Oh my god. Are you gonna have to splice it back
Hey,
in?
this has been Mindless Prattle. We appreciate you joining in. Ripley forgot her one job of the week was to bring stories and the intro. So, maybe next time. But
It's like 2 jobs.
that's all one job. It's all one. But if you liked what you saw and heard and all that fun stuff in between, make sure to check us out on mindlessprattle.com or wherever you get your podcast from. We will be there. Ripley does not stream anymore, so I guess I got to take that out of the description of the
No,
episodes.
I'm gonna start
But
streaming again.
other than that,
I'm
be
planning
on
on
the lookout
March.
for Ripley's new book coming out in May. And other than that, I hope you had fun. I know we did, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.